Life is about choices. Life is about choices, and we make choices every day. I think I saw something on like some type of blog that said we make millions and millions of choices a day. So I gotta ask y'all a question. I want to talk about something really quick, and this is gonna piss y'all off. Let's play a game called Would You Rather, fellas. Would you rather? It's gonna be a crazy one. We're not going. I don't want y'all to answer it right now. But for those in the chat, for those tapped into YouTube, Twitter, I got a question. Would you rather go to jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade? Let's get into the show.
To be honest, I'm Giannis inside of game 6. Dropping 50 and dunking over your main. Earnhardt Jr. when I'm deciding the lane switch. Tell them people that I'm on top of the game. Manifested my future by spewing all of my pain. Carry my own umbrella, surviving treacherous rain. Landed on higher learner, matriculating the bigger earners. Switch after dark helps you to find your purpose. And find what work is, and find the surface. When deeper in it, I'm heavy with ashes, burning curses. Built up our name so forever we reign and since we working. Ain't tripping off your affiliation, we welcome verses. In lieu of playing, we saying our way to sign a merchant. Then personal seats in the meet and greets with our favorite person. Link with DG, he the chief, for KC, we do it right. Switch after dark from the mic to your heart to Hollywood. Night.
The comments are already hilarious. Welcome to Sports After Dark, people. After hours. I'm Ashley Baker with Young Heavy with C. Lou, and we are back in the building. Your favorite after hour show, people. Can I scratch that? I don't want to say that because my mentor Brian H would kill me if he heard me saying that. But
So
your favorite after hour. I'll tell y'all after like what. Sports After Dark After Hours. We're in the building. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you are following the Twitter page. Make sure you're following the Instagram page, the TikTok page. Make sure that you have access to our link tree where you can go and cop the merch. We got Hev with the Sports After Dark merch on tonight. Sports After Dark hoodie. It's my turn next week. We got some stuff coming in. I'm gonna run it next week. Lou, don't win no Sports After Dark stuff next week. It's my turn.
All right.
Let me have a moment. Y'all let me have a Sports After Dark. I think y'all wear the merch more than I do, but I'm a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, she wore that on Monday show. She just wore that hoodie on Monday. I can't do it like y'all. But we appreciate y'all for being here, man. And we're starting off with one hell of a question. This is some new topics and some new segments I'm trying out here on the show. And I think this one is going to stick along with our top fives that we're going to do on a weekly basis. Would you rather, for those that are, just getting on the broadcast, have Lou? That's a hell of a question I asked y'all before we.
Yeah, that's a crazy question.
What's up, fellas?
What's good? Are we answering it now? Are we answering the question now?
For those that don't know, the would you rather for the week. Would you rather? I saw a nice little list of these on oh my God, this was great. Would you rather go to jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade? You look like you want to answer him. This is tough. Well, I mean, talk to me, Chef.
It's not tough. It's not tough. Really.
What is it?
Go ahead, Heavy. Go ahead, Heavy.
I mean, see, Chef, I've been to jail.
Chef said, "Take
I
me."
Damn sure don't want to go back there. I'm cool. I think if I had a choice, it's a tough choice. I probably would take a coma for a decade because I ain't up. I'm in a coma. I mean,
yeah, I feel like you're asleep.
You
and
sleep.
By the time you wake up.
You just missed a whole 10 years. But being in jail.
10 years is disgusting, though.
You might not wake up, though.
That's the risk
that is a risk you
are taking.
Somebody might pull the plug in your family.
I'm about to say, but you could die in jail, too. Like jail,
I mean, you could, for sure. You could,
I'm cool on that, cousin.
But also, if you go... So my thing, you go into a coma, right? How do you wake up? Do you wake up normal? Do you wake up like you
Yeah.
yourself?
Like everything good?
Because if you're in a coma, you're pretty
bearings.
With all of your bearings.
Yeah, we're gonna.
And how long you said are you in jail for?
5 years.
He contemplating jail. He contemplating jail.
No, I was about to say, if it's 5, take me to jail, bro. Take me to jail.
What? Hey, listen, bro.
Really?
Hey, 10 years is. My thing is, and I get it. You know, it's jail, whatever. But bro, whatever, prison because past 1 year you in prison. But is it Fed? You taking me to the feds? Or you taking me to the county?
Now you been on.
No, not the county, bro.
State pen.
You upstate.
Cool.
If I'm upstate or feds,
let me make it clear. Let me make it clear. 5 years in Rikers or 10 years in a coma.
I'm taking the coma.
Damn, that's crazy.
Rikers. I spent a week.
They said the worst of the worst. The Rikers, cuz.
Bruh, I spent a week in our state prison, and it felt like 3 months.
No, that's why. But see, that's why I was asking if we do a Fed time or we do a state time. Because if it's state, then yeah, I might take the coma. If it's Fed, Fed be easy. Fed the white collar stuff. That's the stuff where you just embezzling some money or something. They send you, Fed time. You may get a steak dinner every now and then. But you talking about Rikers? That's the worst of the worst. I don't know, bro.
Cell with 2 different murderers and all of that. Hell no, I'm good. I'm good.
You said what?
Regular state time, like
it's a difference, bro.
It's jail.
Yeah, but Fed time is different.
Well,
Fed time easier.
I'm cool.
No, it's not.
Want to be behind.
You're away from your family.
I know, but
milk, water, and bread.
Oh, but Feds, they treat you better in the Feds than they treat you.
Depends on who you is. You think you're gonna be walking around there talking about I'm sports after dark and they gonna give you a cookie?
Hell no. They gonna say you take this government toothpaste.
Sports after dark, they gonna be like, nigga.
Then you'll take that cheese sandwich and this government toothpaste and sit your ass down somewhere. That's exactly what you're gonna say.
Hey, but I'm just saying, 10 years, bro. 10 years is a lot, dog.
10 years is sticky, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 10 years, that's a decade, dog.
That's a whole decade.
You know how much changes in a decade?
But did y'all hear the story about the person who went into a coma in 2019 and woke up this year? Like, they missed the whole pandemic.
I mean, that's 5 years, though.
That's 5 years, though.
But I'm saying, like, I'm just talking about the things that they missed.
They probably woke up and
they did miss a lot, though. They did miss a lot.
Can you even believe
they missed a lot.
They probably woke up. It was like, why people wearing masks?
Right. What happened to Kobe?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, what happened to Kobe?
Nip.
What happened to Nip?
We lost some hitters. That's crazy. Yeah. Betty White.
Yeah, a lot of people died between. A lot of people died between 19
for being a friend. We know Betty.
Yeah, Betty fire.
So Dylon, the question is: would you rather be in a coma for 10 years or jail for 5 years? I'm gonna tell you now. I might want a little bit of street cred. If I do a couple years in the system, y'all might learn to put some respect on my name.
Wait, what?
You know what I'm saying? Like, because y'all don't be putting no respect on my name. Nah, give me I might have to take that cone. But 10 years, like y'all talked about, is a really long time. You spend it, like, you're not around to see anything change. And as a matter of fact, you may wake up with all your bearings, but you're so behind socially. You're so behind technology-wise. Like, what? Somebody was in a coma when the iPhone first came out and then, like, was in a coma for 10 years and then they woke up to the iPhone 10. Like, come on, bro. Like,
or you went into a coma when we had combustible engine cars. Then you wake up and everything's electric.
And everything's electric.
Yeah, like, you ain't got gas stations no more. You got electric stations, bro. Like,
it's a lot that can, like.
Yeah, I just think
you would sleep through Trump being president if you took. There's a lot of pros and cons to the cons.
And then I feel like you can adapt to that. Like, I mean, of course you'll be behind, but you eventually can adapt to that. Being in jail for 5 years. Judah?
Why not jail?
Hell no. Who want to be around a bunch of testosterone for 5 years? Niggas that only know niggas. Like, no. You want to be in where you got to take a shower with 20 grown ass men every day. Like, you know, like. No, hell no.
Hey, Dylan say take him to jail, but he getting out in 2.5.
You
He
ain't
said
getting out.
good behavior.
Top serve.
Nah, he getting out on good behavior.
He getting out on good behavior.
I might take the coma, right? Because I might go to jail or go to prison, right? And I might have to shank somebody to get my head. Like, hey, the show though, hey, you can't mess with me, dog, because I kill you. Sure. And then I'll be in jail for a little bit longer. So yeah, give me the 10 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Who do y'all think y'all is? Ghost?
Like, no,
but I'm saying you gotta, because you talking about street cred, right? I gotta go talking about listen, cred. Man. All right, where am I joining that? Nigga, don't come up on me, nigga.
Somebody gonna try me. Yeah, like somebody gonna try me. So I gotta defend myself, especially me. I'm like $1.25 with bricks in my pocket. I can't do that.
I'm gonna have to beat people up. Yeah,
no.
Nah. Pull out my little pocket.
Okay, so for real,
banger.
For real, final answers. Have you taken the coma?
Yeah, I'm
taking. You taking the coma?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the coma.
10 years.
10 years.
Are we getting a clean sweep here?
10 years is a long time, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's a very long time.
That's a very long time.
That 10 years, yo, like the time part is burning me out. Like, what if I get bed sores and I take care of me?
But you're in the hospital, like
you're in the hospital.
No, them people
taking care of you.
They don't. Them people in them hospitals come home with bed sores and be crazy, disgusting.
Hey, listen. If I was in a coma for 10 years, my mama or Ashley, they're gonna hold me down.
They're gonna hold you down.
They gonna be on their ass.
Hold me down.
They're gonna be on their ass.
I'm good. You gonna make sure I'm good. Let's hope we never have to experience any of these things.
That's a fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I might have to. I ain't gonna hold you. I might go with jail.
There, you gonna thug it out and go to jail? Okay. I'll put something on your books, boo. Put something on your books.
I think I might have to thug it out and go to jail. Like Blue said, I mean, I'm not thinking that I would get preferential treatment, but I get oodles and noodles.
Hell no. You ain't getting that there.
Oatmeal cream pies. You can sneak a burner.
You ain't getting that there.
Listen, you can sneak a burner in so I don't go as far behind in the world like you think. Hell, R. Kelly know what's going on in the world based on his conversation he had the other day. He even know what's going on with Diddy. He got that burner in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have a burner on me. I'm a thug it out. I'm thugging it out in jail. That's what I'm doing. I'm thugging.
You got that. I got you. I'm gonna hold you down though.
Look, we're gonna put that question on our Sports After Dark Twitter page.
Yeah. We're gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, man. We that's kind of hilarious. Listen, again, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. We got a full slate of topics to discuss tonight. This was kind of a busy week in sports and opinions and stuff that was going on, way more than I thought it would be. And we probably can thank the Buffalo Bills for making this a little more of a popping week than what it already was. Shout out to Stefon Diggs, who is in a new city. He's in Houston. They're going to be a problem. They don't have a problem. Houston is going to be a problem. Stefon Diggs traded to the Texans from the Bills. Lou, what's the deets on that? What did they give? What was the comp?
Yeah, so the Texans gave the Bills a 2025 second-round pick, and then the Texans got a 2024 sixth-round pick and a 2025 fifth-round pick and Stefon Diggs. And then the Texans just because Stefon had this year and 3 more years left on his deal. Because they had him until like 2027. But what happened, the Texans just pretty much ripped up the remaining years, added $3 million and some dollars to the contract this year. So now he has a total of $22 million guaranteed for this season, and he can become a free agent after the season, or they can, re-sign him or whatever. Yeah,
I saw that. And what you say earlier, have that the Bills did, they only allowed him to
they said he can go anywhere but the Chiefs. He can find a trade anywhere but to Kansas City. I don't blame him. Gonna help y'all out. Give Stefon Diggs my home to say, here's another 2 Super Bowls for you. We're gonna give you Stefon Diggs.
Bro, they keep especially like y'all keep hitting us over the head in the playoffs.
We just not gonna give y'all Stefon Diggs. We just not gonna gift Mahomes Stefon Diggs. Hell no. I don't blame him.
I'm not mad at that. I feel like more teams should do that. You want to go, you want to walk, we got you, but you can't go here.
You ain't going here. You ain't going there.
You ain't doing none of that. What's up, y'all? We see y'all jumping in the chat. Oh, Jaja. Of course, Jaja's jumping in here. He's just so excited about his Texans.
Jaja turned up. He's so
excited about his Texans.
It's a great time. It's a great time to be a Texans fan.
Hey, it's a great time.
He's in a better place now.
They are certainly the best team in Texas right now. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But with Stefon being traded to the Texans, Lou, you know, I'm gonna start with you here. They got a lot of weapons. They got a nice defense. They got that CJ Stroud fella. They have D'Amico as head coach again. That is what a team that's all in looks like. That is what a team that's going all in looks like. Jerry Bartholomew Jones. So, Lou, are the Texans a lock for the AFC South?
No,
we haven't even got to the draft yet, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think they are. On paper, the Texans are a really good team on paper, but as we know, on paper don't really mean nothing. Games aren't won in March and April. Yeah, you put teams together in March and April, but games aren't won in March and April. There's a lot of other things that have to happen for them for me to believe that they're a lock. Also, the schedule hasn't even came out yet, so we don't even know how the schedule's going to fall for the Texans and how they have. Well, we know who they play. We just don't know how it's going to fall and how because that matters. You know that like the way your schedule falls, it matters. So no, I don't think they're a lock to win the AFC South. I think the AFC South again is going to be a very competitive division. And you're just gonna have to line it up and make it do what it do. Jaguars added some pieces, they lost some pieces. The Texans have also lost some pieces as well. So we can't just, look at that and be like, whatever. But so I mean, we just gotta wait and see. But I don't think they're a lock right now. I do think they're a great team on paper though. Yeah, to put some pieces around CJ, did what they needed to do.
Yeah, I agree with Lou. I don't think they're a lock to win the division. They'll, like you said, on paper, I agree. They clearly are the best team on paper, but you still got to play the games. That's what all matters. Like Lou said, you don't win the division in March or April. You don't win a division, and sometimes until late December. So like we said last year with that division, we all, like a lot of us thought the Jags was going to win, but we knew it was going to be competitive, and the same thing will be that this year. The Colts will be competing. The Jags will be competing. The Titans made some moves too. I don't know about their quarterback yet, but the Titans made some moves to make them competitive. What you mean by that?
Big Will Levis.
You don't know what Will gonna be.
I don't know what Will gonna be. I ain't got no faith in Will. I don't got no faith in him. But we rode in
that man's Uber.
We did.
Respect on his name.
No, I ain't putting no respect on his name. He they got some moves. They made some moves to make them competitive, but they have the best. I would say the Texans have the best chance to win the division, obviously. But they gotta show that. You gotta, because now it's gonna be more pressure on Houston now. Because now people are looking at Houston as a contender in the AFC now. With all the moves they've made, they looking at them like, damn, we can see the Texans in the AFC Championship game now.
Not to mention what they did last year.
Yeah, they just made it to the divisional round. So with all those pieces you made, everybody like, all right, y'all should be able to make it to the AFC Championship game now. So there's a lot of pressure that come with what you do. So yeah, I'm on the same page as Lou. Yeah, they're not a lot.
Not only that, but like, I mean, sophomore slumps are a thing. I'm not going to say CJ is going to go through one, but it happens. Like we would be stupid not to bring that up. Like sophomore slumps happen. People have tape on CJ now. They have tape on Tank. What, granted, it's not like a whole season worth of tape on Tank, but now you have tape out there to see like little nuances and what people like to do. So even with Bobby Slowick, his offense, you have tape on that now. So it's you got to line it up at the end of the day, and we'll see what happens.
Let me just give y'all the opponents for the Texans, because you're right, Lou. Both of y'all, schedule matters. You know what I'm saying? Who they're gonna play. They have this is at home. They got the Ravens, the Bills. That'll probably be their opener. I would not be surprised if the Bills is their opening
Buffalo
game.
probably will be their opener.
For sure. You got the Ravens, the Bills, the Dolphins, the Bears, the Lions, the Colts, the Jags, the Titans. And then they're on the road against the Cowboys, the Packers, the Vikings, the Chiefs, the Jets, the Patriots, and of course, obviously the Colts, Jags, and Titans. That's their 2024 opponent schedule.
They got a nice little sticky schedule.
That's what the thing. That's what I was about to say, because
that's a competitive schedule they got.
I always like to try to play devil's advocate here and say, oh no, they are a lock. I couldn't, after seeing that opponents list, I'm like, I can't say that. I can't, because it doesn't matter how the schedule falls.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be competitive no matter where those teams fall. They have an extremely competitive, tough schedule.
So that's what I was going to say. So the AFC South this year plays the AFC East and the NFC North. Like those are the teams that we play, and then of course they have the first place schedule, which they'll play the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Cowboys. Those are the three teams that they play that won their divisions last year. Which they played the Ravens twice last year. So we saw how that went. I mean, but again, they did get better on paper. So it remains to be seen how it moves forward. But yeah, I mean, we all have a gauntlet. They have 3 extra good teams. So we'll see how it go.
Yeah, we'll see. That's a definitely a competitive schedule right there. They're gonna have to show they are who they say they are. They're gonna have to show it for sure.
And to be honest, because it's only the second year of them doing things, just on the flip side of that, I don't feel like there's still any pressure there. We talked about with them going into the playoffs, how they played throughout the season, and then going into the playoffs, how they were that dangerous team because they playing with house money. There's nothing to really, you know what I'm saying? I still feel like that D'Amico is probably the type of coach, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Lou, where just go out there and play your game. We're not going out there to try to prove anything per se, and that's gonna take a lot of that pressure off of them. This is still only our second year putting things together like this. Second year with CJ. So there's no real honest expectations of them. I don't care about the moves they made. We're still looking at a second year quarterback. We're still looking at a second year head coach. There's still real football minds and people that understand how things work and that things need to grow and matriculate into other things. Shout out to Wes, because I heard that word on the matriculating the bigger purpose. What's after that? Yeah, you better up this vocab, boy. You go, Wes. But into something better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
In D'Amico mind, he probably like, man, I got at least 4 years for people to really have to take us serious, and we only in year 2, and we making all these moves, and is looking this good so far. It's probably still no pressure for the Texans.
I don't think there's pressure, but I think internally they want to make a run, and that's the only reason you go all in like that. Like you go,
absolutely,
you get Danielle Hunter, you go. They added a bunch of corners to try to find somebody, I guess, to play opposite side of Stingley. You go trade a second rounder for Stefon Diggs. You go trade a 7th for Joe Mixon. Like I think they did. Yeah, like I don't think it's pressure on them, but actually now I think at this point, with all the moves they made, they've made outside pressure where it's like now people are looking at this team and like, y'all got to go win. you got a quarterback on a rookie deal, and you just went all in. And I think for them, they know that, and they're trying to make a run. Yeah.
That's how I feel, Lou. You grabbed all this talent. You didn't grab all this talent to go back to the second round and lose.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't do all of that just to go to the divisional round.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying that even though we did all that, it's still no pressure. We're gonna go and we're gonna be an organization and aim to win. Of course, the only organization that don't do that is Dallas. We're going to be a real organization and make moves and try to win. If we can grab a Stefon Diggs, if we can grab a Danielle Hunter, if we can grab those players, we're going to grab them. But there's still no real pressure for us to be in the AFC Championship. We just going to go out there and play. And we're going to put our talent out there on display. And the talent might very well be enough to get us to an AFC Championship. But to put that kind of pressure on, CJ and the second head coach, or for them to feel like it's that, I mean, I just don't. But like, I agree with the outside pressure. Like the other team is like, whoa, You know what I'm saying? Like for sure. And they haven't even touched the draft yet.
And they haven't touched the draft yet, and they draft well.
They do.
We were having this conversation earlier in the Colts group chat, and I'm like, bro, some of my fan base, man. But we was having this conversation earlier in the group chat, talking about how the Texans draft well. Like they haven't touched the draft yet. And even though they sent, they're in the second round right now because they don't have the first round pick because they traded that to the Vikings. But even with that, they've still found they're gonna find a way to get the talent that they need to put around CJ. So yeah, it's we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
On the other side of things, the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Bills, man.
You said their window was closing, right?
Why? Why do you have to do that? Why did you have to do that?
If I could find the emoji, the moon John.
Things always come around full circle. That's all.
Them tables always turn, boy.
I am always called crazy when I say this stuff too early, and then if it hit, maybe later on down the road, it's fine. Be honest. If I have to be honest, the departure of Stefon Diggs, I thought would happen last season. I thought that with all of that stuff that we heard that was going on behind the scenes out there in Buffalo, I really thought that a lot of this, would happen before the season started. I thought they would be in shambles, and they were. They were this close. They like an 11 seed.
They were this close.
Yeah,
like there was 4 weeks
close.
left to play.
It was pretty close to not making the playoffs.
You know what I'm saying? They had to make some changes, fired the offensive coordinator or whatever. Did some different things. They started cooking with some grease. Cool. But this is listen. I want to be very clear. I like Josh Allen. Maybe he is a little reminiscent of Dak. Maybe that's why I like Josh Allen. And I've wanted him to be that guy. Lord knows I wanted him to be that guy to knock off Patrick Mahomes just one time. Damn, and in a meaningful game where you boot him out of the playoffs or something to that extent. That is what I've been looking for from Josh Allen. And I just had a really weird feeling about this season. And they kind of started to plunder. Here we are, not sure of who their wide receiver room even is. They still have Dawson Knox. They still have Josh Allen.
Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakur.
They got Kincaid. They got Khalil Shakur.
No, they have Dawson Knox too.
Kincaid,
but Kincaid was the one they drafted. Last year.
So they still have Kincaid. So I want to ask the question. I'm gonna start with you, Shooter. Will the Bills be contenders next season, or are we asking this question a little prematurely because again they haven't touched the draft either? Lou, while you're doing it, go ahead and be my statistician, and I would like you to pull up their picks, please. In this year's draft. But go ahead, Shooter.
I'll say this. Now, they made the playoffs before they got Stefon Diggs. However, Josh Allen statistically was far better once he got Stefon Diggs. The question I'm thinking is like, will Josh Allen still be the same Josh Allen now that Diggs is gone? Because I saw who Josh Allen was before he got Stefon Diggs. The talent was already there before he got Stefon Diggs. But, Diggs helped him become a better quarterback.
Excuse me.
Of course, the Bills can go in the draft. They can draft a receiver. If they can find some way to land Rome or Neighbors.
They ain't landing either one of them.
I know. I'm just trying highlighting in the bottom real quick. I know they ain't gonna land either one. But there's other receivers in this draft where they can land them, that they can pick, sure. and they can be productive for the Bills.
For sure.
Contenders? Are we talking like Super Bowl contenders? Or are we talking
the same kind of contenders we've held them to a standard the last 5 seasons? That's what I'm talking about.
No, they're not Super Bowl contenders. No. I don't think they'll be contenders. Will they make the playoffs? I believe they'll make the playoffs. I think Josh Allen is good enough to make the playoffs, but I don't.
What's that look? What's that look that the man gave when he had the drink in his hand?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but honestly, at the same token, you could kind of say their window is closing. Like that window was wide open for 5 years. How long Diggs was there? For like the last 3-4 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and they got to the AFC Championship one time. One time, and people had the Bills as one of the teams going to the Super Bowl damn near every year. Damn near every year they had the Bills at least being in the AFC Championship game, and they went to the Super Bowl. I mean, the AFC Championship one time. So since 2020, that's 4 years, and you only come with the AFC Championship one time, and your best receiver walks out the door. You got Von Miller, that's old. I'm sure he's probably going to be gone soon, and then they'll have to revamp that defense even more.
Here's
and the
my thing.
The AFC's getting better. They ain't getting worse.
Yeah, and here's my thing. What Chef is saying is, I understand what you're saying. They're drafting receivers. Their defense.
That sounds good.
They're gonna have a quarterback.
It sounds good now.
Let's not
act play
like,
the game.
And let's not act like these receivers are just gonna come in ready made
and be great
for the type of what we're expecting from the Bills. You know how much pressure that is? That's pressure. That's pressure. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if they expect to be that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's no pressure. Maybe they know, all right, look, this kind of like a little slight rebuild again. You're gonna revamp the defense. We're gonna get some receivers. We're gonna, do a little slight, maybe it's something like that. Maybe it ain't no pressure from them in that regard. Maybe they know they're gonna have a down year. Aaron Rodgers is back. Hello. The Dolphins probably aren't going anywhere. We just talked about how the whole AFC South likely has a chance. The whole AFC North is in the picture. Like, what are we talking about here? They're like you said, the AFC teams
got better.
They're not.
Derrick Henry went to the Ravens
last year, but like what?
So
we just can't assume that the receiver is going to go to the Bills and be great.
So the Bills have 10 draft picks. They have a first, a second, 2 fourths, 3 fifths.
What they picking first? What they picking first round?
28th.
Oh,
yeah, they pick late. So they got 3 fifths. They got 2 seconds or 2 sixths. My bad, 2 sixth round picks and a 7th. So I mean, they could package and try to move up. Package those picks, try to move up. My thing is, I think they double dip at receiver this year. I think one of the things is that with Stefon Diggs, as you can see, he was kind of starting to get phased out of the offense as the year was going on last year. And I think with the emergence with Khalil Shakir, and then you have Dalton Kincaid, who was doing his thing. I think that made it easy for them to move on from him.
Right.
Right.
Khalil Shakir I've liked him since he came out of college. Like, I like Khalil since he came out of college. So he's finally come on the scene a little bit. Like I said, I think they'll double dip at receiver. Their defense may be revamped. We'll see, because I think they lost Poyer and Hyde.
They lost both of them.
Or maybe one of them came back. I don't remember, but I know one of them for sure left because one of them went to the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think it was Micah Hyde that went to the Dolphins.
It was one of them.
Might have been Hyde. It was one of them. You're right.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. My thing is were they ever really Super Bowl contenders? I mean, 5 years, and they only made it to one AFC Championship game. 4 years since they had Stefon, only one AFC Championship game. So were they really Super Bowl contenders, or were they really just perennial playoff team, perennial playoff contenders? I think they remain that. I don't think that really takes a big hit. They still have Josh Allen. Josh Allen is, as much as we talk trash about Josh Allen, his turnovers, he equalizes a game for the Bills. When things ain't going right, Josh Allen can make something shake. So they still got James Cook, who we saw him playing last year, and how he started coming into his own when Joe Brady became the offensive coordinator. So things may look different next year for them, but I still think they make the playoffs. I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders, but I do think they make the playoffs. I think, whoever they draft this year, they're going to have to come in and make something shake. And there's a ton of receiver talent in this draft. Not saying they're going to come in right away and, be that, but there's a ton of talent in this draft at receiver, where even at corner, like, where they could just, make some stuff shake here and there, and they may be right back where they need to be at.
And I won't knock the late pick.
I'll say this, just to kind of not push back on what you were saying, Lou, but in terms of, you were saying how they were, it seems like that they were already phasing Stefon Diggs out of certain things. He was still lining up, and he's still a hell of a decoy. He's still somebody that you had to pay attention to, which opened up a whole lot of shit for Josh Allen to be Josh Allen. These new guys or whoever they plan on bringing in or making those people are semi unproven just in a little bit, just to a capacity. So these defenses are going to test them. You know what I'm saying? And see for sure, like, all right, what's up? You know, I don't care. You're not just letting Stefon run down the field. I don't give a damn how much you try to phase him out. With him being out there, he's a threat. You know what I'm saying?
But so
and
when I say
phase, threat,
when I say phase him out, I think there was a point at some point during like later in the season where he wasn't in there on third downs. Like they were legit phasing him out of the offense and I think that's what led to a lot of his frustration. Like he noticed it. I mean, everybody noticed it, but like he was on the sideline for third.
What part of the
downs.
season was that? Was that before they went on their run with the offense and the new?
But I think that's when they went. I think that's when they went on their run. Like that's what I'm saying. They started phasing him out. Like even if you look at it, I think at the halfway point of the season, after like the halfway point of the season, he didn't have one game where he had over 100 rush or receiving yards. It's like, and then because you could see at the beginning of the season, they were trying to force him the ball. But then as the season went on, they stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Once Joe Brady became the OC, they stopped doing that. So I don't know. Like I agree with you. Like he changes the math because he's out there. Like he changes the math because now, okay, are you going to bring over a safety?
And the goal is to not even be on third downs.
Yeah.
The goal is to do your damage on first and second downs. So phasing him out of those, but you had him on the field when you were looking to do damage on first and second down. You know what I'm saying? So, and I understand though, we understand how important and big third downs is, but again, they're gonna, like you said, ultimately they're going to look different. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't know, because of how different they're going to look and kind of how steady and stable other teams in the AFC are going to look this year. I don't know if they're going to be contenders.
And don't get me wrong about their late picks. Like you can get Hall of Famers, you can get all pro talent in the later rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I can attest to us. We're a prime example of that. A lot of our all pro talent came in between the middle rounds, 3rd through 5th. We only drafted one player in the first, 2 players out of the first round that really was elite talent, and that was Bosa and Ayuk. Everybody else was the later rounds. So they got a chance. They can make something shake and still be competitive.
And I guarantee you, because they don't have a 3rd round pick, I could see them. They don't have a 3rd round pick, but I could see them like trying to pack. If somebody's there that they want, I could see them trying to package something together. Send that, because Texans just sent them a 2nd rounder next year. Use that pick to try to get up into the 3rd round, or get up into in the 2nd round or something.
Earlier in the 2nd round,
yeah. And also that pick that they sent them was the Vikings pick. So it could be one of those things where it's like, all right, we'll send y'all our 2nd round pick for 2025 and to move up, because we know that Vikings pick might be a little bit higher than what we gonna be at. So I don't know. It's a lot of things they can do. They have a lot of things they can do, which is good for them, because they were getting older as a team.
They were.
So now you can kind of go retool and get younger. With 10 picks, you can do a lot of shit.
You can do a lot with 10
for
picks.
Sure. That's a lot. That is a lot of stuff you can do. I'm interested to see how it goes. Again, they haven't even touched the draft yet for us to make such early assumptions, but
you've been calling a window closing. And
y'all keep saying, listen,
for a while.
What they say? Oh, y'all need to use the Bills to get y'all name out there.
Yeah, we did. It was for engagement, Lou. It was for engagement. That's what it was for.
Blah.
It was engagement. And I ain't gonna say no names, but he'll a little quiet now. But I ain't gonna say no names though.
Oh, you talking about Whittle?
Oh,
I say his name. What's up, Whittle?
Yeah, he a little quiet. He had a lot to say about that engagement. He had a lot to say.
Yeah, but it's cool. Nobody. I'm not looking for any type of validation, fellas. Bray, I'm sipping my tea real quick. Speaking of new cities, can somebody please, whatever? I've been working hard for the money all week, and I'm a little confused as to what's going on with the Chiefs in the Dallas conversation here, y'all. Like, I know that the mayor of first of all, don't come for the cow.
We're bringing the Dallas Texans back.
Listen,
it's crazy.
The Dallas Chiefs, maybe. The Dallas mayor wants the reigning champs home. Is this a possible thing that can happen? Or is it talks about them moving cities or something? Like, where did this even come from? Did the mayor just say it in Dallas?
So they had I think so. From my understanding, they had a vote where they had a vote going on. It's that time of year or whatever, where there was going to be a stadium tax. City? Yeah, in Kansas City, where there was a stadium tax. I think they were talking about moving the stadium from where it is now and move it into like downtown Kansas City. Also with the Royal Stadium too, their baseball team, moving both of those stadiums from where they are now, I believe, into like downtown Kansas City or whatever. The city voted no, or the people of the city voted no, because they didn't want that extra tax. And so now it's talked about them possibly moving to Kansas, moving somewhere else, just moving different places. And so that's why the Dallas mayor came out and said that. I assume because they were,
because he's sick of the Cowboy shit.
I'm about to say, let's be honest, Lou. You think that's the reason why he mentioned that? Let's be honest.
He said they need somebody that can win.
It's been 30 years, Lou. He's tired of it.
He's like, we need somebody that's winning something. Huh?
Yeah, we need somebody. I mean, we need somebody that yeah, the Rangers
just won something. They held something down.
They did. But
the Mavs are on a.
The Mavs ain't won shit.
Mavs ain't won nothing since 2011.
I said they're on a come up.
They ain't on no come up. They ain't won a
championship. Don't do that to Kyrie and Luka.
Kyrie, my man.
They dope. Both of them, they dope. They fired, but
I rocks with Luka and Kyrie.
As shaky as the West is, we don't know what the Mavericks.
They not winning no championship this year.
It won't be the Lakers.
They got a better chance than the Mavs.
How? How do they have a better chance than the Mavs?
You want to have you bet that we make it further than the Mavs?
Y'all can't beat Joker.
We can't. They can't either.
Y'all
what we saying? They can't either.
Yeah, but y'all in a position where y'all would see them quicker than they would see them, and they would have more of. At least they'd be seeing them in a second or third round. Y'all be seeing them nice and fresh if you stay in that low seed that y'all in the West.
Man, we'll see.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. What Clement had just said. They had a vote for it to be in downtown KC, and the city voted no. They was like, hell no.
He just tired. It's been 30 years, and he said, you know what? I want to root for Patrick Mahomes. That's what I want to root for.
I'm tired, boss.
Hey, no, but you really probably sick of Jerry shit because his deals.
That too.
You know how much Jerry probably laces his pockets not to say something like that?
They over Jerry. They over it.
Hey, that money must have stopped rolling in then because he sure said it.
My pocket's a little light. We gotta get big dog about it. He said, I'm tired, boss.
There's no real possibility that the Chiefs move anyway.
No, I don't think they move.
That ain't gonna happen. And I think y'all too big of a brand to just move out of Dallas. I don't see that.
But they talking about maybe having two teams in Dallas.
They're big enough where you could. They're big enough where you could.
That is disgusting work from.
But ain't nobody trying to share no AT&T Stadium.
That's what I'm saying. That's the Cowboys Stadium. That would be weird.
It's nothing against the stadium, but I'm saying ain't nobody trying to come in and share the stadium with the.
That would be weird to see the Cowboys share a stadium with somebody. That would.
I'm just saying, forget take Dallas.
And then the Chiefs bring their current banners and hang them up in the.
Right.
That would be disgusting. That would be disgusting.
Let's go ahead and.
That would be disgusting.
That would be crazy, dog.
That would be
disgusting. Go ahead and shift.
Actually, a cow chief is crazy.
A cow chief is crazy.
Who said that?
Vinny.
Oh, a cow chief is insane.
A cow chief is crazy.
Ashley, let me tell you something. Why is it? No, I wouldn't root for the Chiefs.
Shit.
As she drinks her body armor.
Right, as she drink her body armor. Okay. What?
Yeah, Jerry ain't going for that. Jerry ain't having that, bro.
Jerry, like y'all tweaking.
It'll be some bodies for show dropping if that happened. Don't even go.
He got too much
Urban back in for show to drop somebody. No, I'm joking. Playmaker, my bad. I was playing. Yeah, I think they'll stay. In Kansas City. Listen, real quick. Again, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. Y'all are in the building. Y'all are watching on Twitter. Y'all are watching on Instagram. You're watching on YouTube. And y'all are in the comments, and we are having a great time. What up, Barbershop Talk? Vinny, we see you. Chef been up in here. Jaja, Bray, Clement, Darius. We see y'all up in here. Gio. Do I know him? Her? Gio's a him.
I don't know who that is. They've been coming
up in the building. But we appreciate y'all for being here. Dylon, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, yeah, we appreciate it. Listen, I want to play something for y'all. And we're going to talk about it really quick.
Oh, brother.
I want y'all to tell me what y'all think.
What the hell are you about to play?
About this here. Yeah, check y'all boy out.
I do understand when they say this about Jokic. Jokic is probably statistically, when it comes to overall game, the worst MVP winner. He's the worst MVP winner in the last 40 years. Why you say that? When you're talking about MVP, the guys outside of first and second place, their teams was first and second place. The people who won the MVP, their teams was first and second. When
that's y'all boy Gilbert Arenas. That boy, no, let me tell you something. Gilbert Arenas know how to shake a motherfucking room. Okay. And hopefully the audio was good. I mean, I see the comments.
No, it sounded good. It sounded good.
Yeah. Gilbert Arenas, man, that boy know how to shake a room.
I know he.
Gilbert Arenas says that Nikola Jokic is the worst MVP in the past 40 years. I need y'all to flood them comments, flood the feeds. Do y'all agree or do you disagree with Gilbert? Go ahead, Shooter. You itching. You just look at he's so stressed out.
Ahead.
Look at him, Lou. He's stressed out.
Go ahead, Abby.
No way in hell. You say in the last 40 years. Did you watch Steve Nash win MVP?
Wow.
So you mean to tell me Steve Nash should have won it like what Jokic was doing? What Steve Nash has done? You mean to tell me he was worse? His MVP was far worse than Steve Nash's? Hell no. I think, in my opinion, Steve Nash is, from when I've been to how long I've been watching basketball, I think Steve Nash has probably been the worst one to win MVP that I can remember.
Is he the worst one because you wanted Kobe to win it that year?
Of course, Kobe got robbed, but he was averaging 16 and 12. They gave it to him because the Suns was the number one team in the league. They won over 60 games. But he was averaging 16 and 12, 15 and 11. It's like, what? You MVP? Like, are you kidding me? Like, Jokic is like, come on, man. Come. I go ahead, Lou. This is bogus.
So
okay.
I went back.
Let me read this comment real quick, Lou. So Clement said, I strongly disagree with Gilbert on Jokic being the worst MVP. Jokic is the main reason why the Nuggets won the NBA title last season and a chance to win another. Go ahead, Lou.
So I went back and listened to it because I wanted to get like kind of
the full context.
Yeah, the full context of what he's saying. The rest of the video, it doesn't sound as stupid as as that part. So first off, he shouldn't have said he was the worst MVP in the last 40 years. But essentially what he was saying is that everybody the people he named. So they named Westbrook. He named I forget who the other person was that he named or whatever. But he named Westbrook and was saying how what Westbrook did, nobody had seen since Oscar Robertson.
Right.
And that team was like ranked
10th seed.
They were like 6th, 10th, somewhere in there. Like
I think they were 6th seed when he won.
No, but I'm saying their record for the whole NBA, they were like 10th in the whole NBA. But the reason he won is because he had done something nobody had seen since Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, that team wasn't that good for real.
He was saying that he did something special. And everybody else that won the MVP that didn't do anything as special, their teams were at least the 1st or 2nd seed or something like that, or the 1st or 2nd record in the NBA. But he lied because LeBron, when he was with Miami, when he won those 2 MVPs, we were not the 1st or 2nd best team in the NBA.
That is correct.
We were like the 3rd and 4th best team in the NBA, you know, those 2 years that he won the MVP. But LeBron ain't do nothing special, but just be LeBron. Last year when Giannis and them won it, I guess they were the first, had the best record in the NBA or whatever. To me, that don't really matter, bro. Like what Jokic was doing, because he said Jokic got it because he almost had a triple-double as a big man, and we haven't seen that. But I'm like, bro, like Jokic was probably the best player at that point in time. He was playing like the best player at that time. And I believe it was one of the years where it was him and Embiid that were neck and neck, but then Embiid missed a lot of time towards the end of the season, and that's where or the middle of the season or something like that, and that's where his MVP chances just kind of went out the window. So I disagree with him. Like I said, the rest of the video doesn't sound as stupid as the beginning of it because he added more context, but it's still a dumbass take. Like
that was stupid.
It's still a dumbass take because he was saying that everybody did something special. They did something special, but I do agree to the fact where they were talking about how like the players used to vote for MVP up until like the 80s, and then it went away from the players being the MVP, and that the NBA kind of messed up this award. They kind of messed up this award just because how they did things, how players messed it up because they was talking about Wilt Chamberlain, how he averaged, a certain amount of points and he never won the MVP at that point. So the players kind of fucked it up for everybody.
Here's my thing. I'm not sure how you can look at the numbers that Joker has been putting up and say that he's not doing something special. You know what I'm saying? Man. Yeah, like I really don't understand how that works. I agree with Clement. He is literally the reason why. I mean, listen, Jamal Murray and MPJ, and they all right. They cool. They ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't look at. I mean, he is a walking bucket at that size, doing what he do. He's unguardable. He's unguardable. You can't guard him. You can't stop him. How is that not special? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure what Gilbert is getting at. Again, I just think Gilbert was shaking the table. Gilbert always shaking the table. He always got something to say. Jonathan said, "What up, Jonathan?" Jonathan said, he said, I can agree Steve Nash could have lost the first one to Shaq year one in Miami.
Steve Nash had no business winning MVP, dog. He had no business winning that award. He had no business. And I'm like, what? Come on, man. Now,
one thing. Honest, oh, my bad. Go ahead, y'all.
No, I'll just say, one thing, like, I wish they would change like, in that era when people was just hooping. Like, now, you don't have to really be the 1 seed to win MVP. Like, Jokic won the MVP as a 6 seed. Russ won MVP as a 6 seed. You know what I mean? Back then, the record mattered so much. You know what I mean? When you had other players that were playing at an MVP level that could have won it and didn't get it. Dwayne Wade was a prime example. He had an MVP year the year before Bron and them came. An MVP year, averaging one like 32, 6, and 8 or something like that, and didn't even get a look for MVP. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I wish they would have had that type of mentality back then. Be like, okay, even though this player is not the number 1 seed, he's literally playing like the best player in the league, and we should reward him with that award. That's one thing I wish they would have changed.
And I appreciate what he said about Westbrook, but outside of Westbrook doing something that Oscar Roberts had never done or Oscar had never done, like forget another player and him, you know what I'm saying, like or excelling what another player did, excelling past what another player did. They literally lost games if he did not go up and out there and put up double points, he had to put up double in points. He had to go up and do the same thing with rebounds and assists. That is the only way they were winning games. Can you imagine lacing up in the locker room and I got to go out there and grab 10 plus rebounds. I got to go out there and at least score 10 plus points. I got to go out there and at least dish out 10 plus assists every game. That is the only way. Forget the Oscar Robertson thing. They weren't winning if he wasn't averaging a triple-double. So that's another thing that makes that super special. But Jokic, man, I mean, first of all, talk about putting the city of Denver basketball-wise even in the back in the conversation and winning a championship. And then again, being favored to win it again with all of the talent that the West has, with all of the talent that this league has. We're talking about Denver, who had the likes of Carmelo Anthony, who had some folks in that city. We talking about Jokic. End up taking him to a championship and probably will run it back again. He wouldn't run it back again if the Wizards was on something, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, here we go.
If they was on something, I said.
Anyway,
you don't move past what I'm saying. You don't move past.
Like,
I absolutely am moving past.
You just don't try to brush that under the rug. All I'm saying is put some respect on Jokic's name. And Hollywood said it. Hollywood said in the comments. She said that Gil don't like overseas players, though. They're taking over the league. I have heard that I think that was the last wild thing he said. Was it him that said get rid of all the European players? Who said that? I want to say that was Gil.
It
might have been Gil.
It
might have been him.
I think it
might have been him.
But what I was going to say is Steph Curry might be the worst MVP we've had in the last 40 years. And I'm not talking about the unanimous MVP. I'm talking about the first one when he was only averaging like 23 points a game. And but yeah, because he was like 10th in the league in points.
He was.
But but no, I mean that's not the only reason. But he got it because they were like 69-12 or whatever the the record is or whatever, 69-13, whatever. But that's the reason he got it. They had the number 1 seed. They were the best team in the NBA, and Steph won the MVP. The next year, when they went 73 or 73-9,
they
lied, and he got the unanimous MVP.
Shout out to 73-9, and they lied.
I understand that one, but the one before, that might be the worst one.
The thing about somebody like Steph,
Steph numbers was average.
It was average.
But
it wasn't MVP numbers.
But here's the deal. Here's the inconsistency when we're talking about what an MVP is. Because forget his numbers. He's the most valuable player on the team. He's the most valuable player in the league.
That don't make you the most valuable.
That don't make you the best player in the league, though. There's a lot of players that's the most valuable player for their team.
James Harden was going crazy. That
y'all missed what I said.
LeBron was going crazy.
I said he was the most valuable player in the league.
At that point, he was not.
He had been at that point for quite some time. I didn't say he was the most valuable player in the league. I mean, we talk about, you can't say that I can't question any of his MVPs when we sit around and talk about how he literally changed the way that the game is played. How is that not value?
Blue's talking about it from a statistical standpoint, though.
But I said put away the numbers.
You can't put away the numbers. You don't win MVP without the numbers.
The reason why I say that, though, is because that's what I mean by the inconsistency of what makes an MVP. Because he only averaging 23 points, stop. Go out and average 23 points in the league you play and have. Go out and average 23 points, Lou. Do that.
I mean, we're not saying that. I think you're being extra on the only 23 part. We get that. We're not in the NBA. We get that point. I said you being extra on that. Like we get that. We're not in the NBA.
We're not in the NBA. I'm not going to go out nowhere and average no 23 points. I can say that. I'm not a basketball player.
Normal MVP, 23 points for you to win MVP. Like, come on.
I mean, because look, listen to the MVPs since that MVP, right? So what Steph had, where is it at? So 23.
The year after that, he was averaging 30.
Yeah, so 23.8. The year after that, he averaged 30. Russ averaged 31.6. Harden 30.4. Giannis 27.7. 29.5 for Giannis again. 26.4, 27.1, 33.1 for Embiid last year. And even before that, outside of Derrick Rose, you don't really, well, I mean, until you get to Steve Nash in 05.
And Nash, bro, man.
But here's my thing.
With them nasty back-to-backs.
We just talked
numbers
about
was disgusting, dog.
We just talked about how somebody like Russ got MVP because he did something special.
Yeah, he did something special.
Hold up. His numbers weren't taking it. Yes, his numbers were, but
his numbers were crazy.
He was averaging a 30-point triple-double.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying. But he did something special because outside of like the seeding and where he was, he probably wouldn't have gotten it if he hadn't averaged the triple-double, right? No matter how crazy the number was, he could have averaged 39-9.
He wouldn't
Because
have.
it wasn't a triple double vibe. He probably
if he averaged 39 and 9, they probably still would have gave it to him.
They might have still gave it to him.
I don't know.
But
maybe,
even when
but
you
what I'm
look at
saying
that,
is Steph also is special.
Not that year. Not that
year. He was
the second year. He was
talking
special.
You're talking about just the numbers, and it's more than just the numbers. Is what I'm saying. We cannot just base
but
it
that's
on
what I'm saying.
just
It was the
numbers.
record. It was their record. Like that's why Steph won it because they were the best team in the NBA. And
that
that goes back.
That had anything to do with Steph
That
being the most valuable player.
That goes back to what Gil was saying, that when other players won it, when they didn't do anything special like Westbrook, it's because their teams were either the first or second best team in the NBA. Steph that
was
year,
one of those players.
The Warriors were the best team in the NBA. Now the second time he won it, the unanimous break, he was wilding. And they were still the best. And then they broke records.
I don't see how you have the number one record in the league being the Warriors without Stephen Curry. Is what I'm saying. That has to account for him getting.
That means
MVP. That's just me pushing back on you saying.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why he won it, because he was the best player on the best team. He didn't win it because he did anything spectacular. He was the best player on the best team.
They were only the best team because of him.
Y'all both saying the same thing.
But that's what we're saying. The same thing.
We're saying the same. Y'all saying the same thing.
He was saying the best player on the best team. That's why he won. That's why he won the MVP.
But you're questioning the award though, and I'm saying we're saying the same thing, but we're saying it in different ways.
I'm not questioning. I'm not
he was
questioning
the best
the award.
team. He was the best. I'm saying is they was only the best team because of Steph Curry.
And I'm not questioning the award, but what I'm saying, if we're going to say somebody's MVP was the worst over the past 40 years, it would be that one.
You could just say
to me, it's not. It's not.
You got to pocket for saying Steph though.
He only
saying like 40 years.
You want to Warriors fans on your head.
I ain't give a damn about them kids. Them boys just got here. I don't give a damn about them kids. They just got here. What the hell?
Them kids is crazy.
Them niggas were out there with the Warriors back in the day.
Yeah, they
Matt Barnes.
They wasn't in the gym with Jason Richardson and them. They wasn't in the gym.
Yeah, they wasn't there. When they had the little red in their jerseys and stuff. Nah, they wasn't. When the little Warrior man on there. Yeah, they wasn't in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't give a damn about them kids. But like Vinny said, you can say D Rose. You can say D Rose too. D Rose numbers weren't crazy.
Yeah, D Rose numbers wasn't crazy
the best
either.
Player on the best team.
But the Bulls had the best record, and D Rose numbers wasn't crazy. And people felt like LeBron got robbed that year for MVP. They were saying LeBron should have.
And that was a lot of.
So y'all are saying y'all don't think that D Rose did anything special?
Yeah, he was special.
No. I mean, he was good.
He was good that year.
I'm saying he didn't do nothing special.
He didn't do nothing crazy.
You were saying that.
No, I'm saying that D Rose was great that year, but he didn't do anything special. Like Gil was saying, like to Lou's point, Russ did something special. Harden, that year he won MVP. He was doing something special that year he won MVP. Like, you know what I'm saying? Harden was wilding. That year Harden won MVP, he had some insane triple doubles there, like a few 50-point triple doubles that year he won MVP. Like Harden was wilding.
Harden was going crazy that year.
He was snapping that year he won MVP.
That's something we're gonna have to take to the timeline and talk about. If you had to name a MVP, a worst MVP in the last 40 years,
I'm trying to tell you.
You might have to run a space for
D-Rose.
You might have to run a space for that, but I'm letting you know that now. You better, if Lou say what he said, just mute the tweet after that. If he say Steph, just mute the tweet. Just mute that joint.
Lou ain't ducking no smoke. Look at Lou.
Lou ain't ducking no record.
Don't duck no damn smoke.
Well, speaking of upcoming champions, we got to talk about Paul George. Paul George and these LA Clippers.
Where's he an upcoming champion at?
Yeah, I said it.
In the G League?
Probably the big three, Lou, when he retired.
He gonna play with Caitlin Clark over there?
Yeah. Go ahead. Laugh it up.
Yo, this bull crazy.
Anyway, y'all can't help yourself. Y'all just can't help yourself when it comes to Paul George. But listen, Paul George is an oppressor. James Harden has been in a crazy slump with the Clippers, and he was asked what he plans to do or if he plans to do anything to help James Harden get out of this slump. And Paul George replied and said, "I'm not the coach." Next question.
You should take that first, Fiambe. That's your guy.
The question I asked was, is Ty Lue on the hot seat?
That's your man. You take that answer first.
Well, Ty Lue's not my man, so let's be very clear.
I'm talking about Paul George.
I know.
Yeah, come on.
I know. Here's the deal. I don't like the answer as a leader on the team. First of all, let me just address what he said. You're a leader of the team. Regardless if you are a coach or not, it is very much your responsibility to hype your teammate up, give words of encouragement if they on a skid. You don't know what it is that you are a leader, the leader. Okay. You are the leader of the Clippers, Paul. I don't like, I'm not the coach. Next question. It makes me feel like that there is this is some stuff that I talked about last season, though, that there is some internal stuff going on there with Ty Lue. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I read this post of somebody that worked the media year there, and he just, man, it was like a 10, 12 post thread, like a thread on Twitter, and he just talked about how there was rumblings that Ty Lue was deliberately effing up rotations, deliberately doing things to piss off the front office. And I think that comment from Paul George, being a leader and not accepting some type of role or accountability in your role of being a leader and uplifting the guys that are around you, there's some stuff going on with Ty Lue, man. I'm starting to believe a lot of that post that I saw last year. Ty Lue should have been on the hot seat. But I just don't know, because with the Clippers, the thing that pisses me off is they're the common denominator. They still fumbling the bag with a new coach. They fumbled the bag with Doc Rivers. Like, they're the common denominator.
They fumbled the bag with Doc.
Huh?
I mean, they did it as a unit. How about that?
I'm saying they're the common denominator.
The organization fumbled the bag with Doc?
I'm talking about...
I think talking about the players. Right?
Players.
Yeah.
Oh, the players fumbled the bag.
The players are the common denominator.
I thought you were saying the organization. I was about to say that was ass.
The players are the common denominator when we're talking about getting to the next step, or really being like getting to the next stop. Obviously, is the championship, being the representatives of the West. And so they're the common denominator, man. So while I want to put a whole lot, first of all, Ty Lue is going to be on the hot seat. I just don't know who else you would grab if you got rid of Ty Lue this season. Like, who's out there available? Didn't somebody get fired? A coach get fired?
The boy from the Bucks.
Yeah, the dude from
he got fired.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
If Doc couldn't get them together and Ty Lue can't, that man damn sure ain't getting the Clippers together. They about to move into their shiny new arena. It's a whole lot going on, but all of this is happening for the Clippers at the wrong time. We're on the brink of the playoffs where they need to be locked in, where you in fact do need to be the acting coach and talk up the third best player on your team. This is literally what y'all brought him in here for. You absolutely are responsible for. I don't know what mental block is going on with James Harden right now. Now, on the flip side, Shaq did say some stuff. Shaq said that around this time of the year, James Harden, and he mentioned another player that I'm going to, leave nameless, but they tend to disappear. He said Paul George playing with me. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying.
We're not listening to that part of Big Shaq. Shout out to Shaq. But this is the time of the year when you don't want that to happen. So just that's not an acceptable answer for me.
I mean,
that's
it's not
an acceptable answer for me.
It's not, but I mean, the thing is, even going back to the Doc Rivers days, right? The players don't stay healthy. It's happening now. I mean, even with the Clippers, Chris Paul would get through. They would get to Western Conference Finals, and Chris Paul would go down with a hamstring or a quad injury, and it's over with after that. Like,
let it be a hand injury.
That's what and with the Clippers now with Paul George, Kawhi missed games last year because of his knee in the playoffs. Kawhi or PG because of his shoulder or whatever. It's just the Clippers. That's what they do. That's not on Ty Lue, in my opinion. Same thing with this James Harden thing, and I don't care what PG said. Like, he not the coach, and it ain't up to him. James Harden been in the league just as long as PG. That nigga know what he need to do to get out his slumps. He's a veteran. It would be one thing if it was a rookie or a young guy that's only been in the league 2-3 years or something like that. Cool, then that'll be a different story. But James Harden is a vet, like a seasoned vet. He'd have been in the league for a long time. It's no reason that you should be having these slumps towards the end of the season. There's no reason you should have these slumps when you get into the playoffs. That's on him. He got to figure that out.
If one grown ass man ain't gonna do it, why he think another grown ass man gonna do it just because he the coach?
You talking about
if he's a veteran,
PG?
And I'm talking about PG making the statement of, "I'm not the coach." Next question. Like, okay, like I just feel like that it would be better received probably coming from your mans. Somebody that you're on the floor with, but you pushing it all for it to be the coach. I mean, but that's another grown ass man who shouldn't have to tell a veteran player.
James Harden know he fucking up.
Yeah,
that's true too.
James Harden know James Harden know what he's doing.
Come on, man.
When am I be going to somebody and be like, "Hey, get your shit together"? What's that gonna do?
Yeah. When he already know.
Yeah, even me when I play football and like I would just be like, "All right, you got it next time," which I'm pretty sure they do, like to keep them encouraged or whatever. But what am I gonna say to you that's gonna make you go out there and catch the football or make a 3-pointer?
You know what I was
shit saying? I can say, nigga, get your ass in the gym.
If I was Paul George, let me tell you what I would say if I was Paul George.
She about to
scene.
Yeah.
My man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you got going on, but we try and get this ring. We got a lot of obstacles to overcome in these coming weeks. We know that you are one of the greatest to do it, and we need you to lock the fuck in. If there's something that I can do or help you with mentally, I got you, my boy. But let's go get this. Let's go get this ring. Let's do what we got to do. Just I'm the best player on the team, but I will give some of that responsibility to you every once in a while if you'd like. Whatever it takes for us to get this ring, let's get this ring before so we can have something to hang in our new arena next year.
So I got 3 things.
That's what I would say. That's just words of encouragement. There's nothing wrong with you encouraging another grown man.
I got 3 things though, right? I got 3 things. 1, why you try to come in there with some smooth ass voice like you Barry White talking to a woman? 2, were you coming in as PG or Kawhi? Because you said best player on the team. So I thought you were talking about Kawhi.
I said if I was PG. Don't play with me. I said if I was PG. I was as if I was Paul George.
3, man, that nigga James Harden gonna be what the hell he is. He been that way for the past 12 years. Don't nobody. That nigga is ass.
I do hear y'all on that. I get it. But like this is, I mean, how many more years do James Harden have, man? To
like a good 3
to be like. Come on, you need some folks around you that's gonna remind you of number one, your legacy. You know what I'm saying?
This man have been in the league 17 years. Yeah, and you talking about PG got to go up to that man and give him words of encouragement? Yes, man. Hell nah. Boy, you better get your ass out there.
I'm gonna just. It's a few things, man. One, Paul George and the Clippers came to an agreement, or they had a stall with his contract. So I think Paul George is in a place where he might not even go back to the Clippers.
That's a fact.
Oh, they gonna pay Paul George.
Nah, he might.
Oh no, somebody else might pay Paul George.
He might go back to.
We've talked about this before. How they need players and that new.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Boy, that's why they up. That's why they re-up Kawhi.
Yeah, so Kawhi can go over there. However, I just think Paul George is over the experiment. I think he's over it. I think he's over the experiment. I think he's.
Well, I do see him podcasting more than I see him playing.
Yeah, like he
podcast P, baby.
Then it's
Podcast P. That's the name of it. That's the name of it. Podcast P. No, for sure.
Then it's like Lou said, James Harden is who he is. Like James Harden said, there is no system. I'm the system. That let you knew what type time he was coming in on. Like, I'm gonna be me regardless. Forget about me trying to fit in with y'all. Y'all gotta fit in with me. Like y'all gotta sacrifice y'all games to fit to what I want. What I want to do. He had that same issue in Brooklyn. He had that same issue in Philly. And the issue with James Harden is we talked about him earlier in the year about him lying last summer. He don't show up when you need him the most. That's always been an issue with James Harden. He never shows up when you need him the most. And the glaring issue with the Clippers is you tried to pack 4 players that were great in other places and put them all on one team to play together when you, for one, they are aging. They're not the same players they used to be. You got 2 of them. They're not the same players they were defensively. You have no size. How do you expect to win a championship with that? I don't see it. I never saw it from the rip. They're losing right now, and the big reason why they're losing because they don't got a soul that can guard Jokic right now. He doing whatever the hell he want out there. I'm watching the game. He doing whatever the hell he want to out there. Zubac is fighting for his life out there trying to guard him right now.
Hey, but see, and this goes back to what I said because when we talked about the Texans earlier, and we talked about on paper it looks good, but at the same time you got to go out there, you got to square up, you got to play the games. We saw it with James Harden, they big 3 in Brooklyn, right? Ain't win a damn thing. Barely made the playoffs. Like then you see them in Philly, second round exit. Like it's you gotta when you put it down, you gotta go out there and do what you gotta do. Yeah, I'm not mad at PG saying what he said, and I think he ends up to answer Clement's question. I think he go back to Indiana.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's a pacer, baby.
Over there.
Why y'all keep saying that? Why y'all saying that? What do you think?
He's talked about going back.
He's not leaving.
He's talked about going back to
he might.
He started with the Pacers. He's talked
out.
about going back to the Pacers, playing with Halliburton, and some of those young guys they got.
They got a squad over there. They got some talent over there. Miles Turner, what's the name is over there? Siakam. That's a nice little squad over there with him, Halliburton.
That might be.
Yeah, that's a nice little team right there. That's a nice little squad, and he can be more of him with that team. Yeah. He don't feel like he got to sacrifice his game for Kawhi or sacrifice his game for Harden.
To make James Harden feel good.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying.
Like
sensitive
he is.
Yeah, I mean Halliburton gonna be like, bro, do your thing. I'm gonna give you the ball to do your thing. Like, I think that'll be a great fit for him to go back to Indiana.
Well, looking like I might be a Pacers girl.
Pacer P, baby.
Pacer P. Pacer AB.
Coming back in, baby.
He can come to the Heat too. We'll take him.
If he would have came where he should have came, he'd have a ring by now.
Hollywood said you seen him cheesing like a little kid when they lost to the Pacers. He going back. That's crazy.
Yeah, he feel like I think he feel like
he's like, yeah, that's my future team.
He got some unfinished business over there.
Hey, that's not true. That wasn't true, Chris. I was not yawning when we was talking about Paul George leaving for Indiana. That's not true. I wasn't yawning. I had a sneeze.
She said, "When you gonna be on this girl?"
Hey yo,
Hollywood. Do I need to put your business out here on social? Do I need to put that smoke business out here on social? Didn't I tell you to stop bringing up the Wizards? Talking about when I'm gonna be a Wizards girl. That's crazy. I am a Wizards girl. I'm a Wizards supporter.
Until they don't win games, and then I'm Clippers, baby.
Yeah, baby, over it. She'd be over it. She'd be a Clippers fan. She'd be a Wizards fan for like the first 20 games.
Well, not even. It's 10 games in. Oh, they 3-7.
Yeah,
we good.
Yeah, baby, rocking.
I'm out.
But then she'd be like, you know what? Wizards ain't serious. She'd be like, they ain't serious.
That's not true. Envy said This is the first time I heard you talk about the Wizards all season. Stop
that
the
ain't
cap.
true.
That's not true. That's not
Yeah,
true.
that ain't true.
That's not true.
Now, I told you,
I
Envy, the
talk
first
about the
20
Wizards
games.
all the time. I talk about it in my close circle on Twitter. Y'all niggas not in it.
Crazy.
Man, she be talking to herself on Twitter.
I ain't got nobody in that Jones. She ain't gonna lie, Lil. I ain't got nobody in the
It's
club.
just her.
She just tweeted away.
Hey, I removed all y'all Negroes from the Twitter close circle.
Nah,
So y'all ain't gotta see. I ain't got nobody in that close. I ain't gonna
She
lie.
got over her.
Say whatever she gotta say, so you can just get it off.
That joint say 0.
Hey, she go to about to tweet or whatever, and then she just save it to her drafts. She'll even put it on the top.
Right, Lil be like, you know what? I ain't gonna say that.
Let me just say this in there. Let me just put this in the draft.
I'm gonna just hold that in the cut. Let me put this in the cut.
The
I ain't gonna say that.
The Wizards, just to touch there, since I don't talk about them, envy. The Wizards need a top 3 pick. Okay, we can shift to the next topic. We can get the new Zach Randolph for all I give a damn, or Rudolph, whatever his name.
This draft ain't that good either.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. As
good.
long as they don't draft Filipowski or Roach, they should need to leave. Roach need another year. This was his senior year. Stay in, bro. Don't declare for that. I don't even think he's declared for the NBA. Roach. Yeah, from Duke.
I think
he
got another year because of COVID. I think he got that COVID year too. I think Roach has another.
No, it was senior. One of them nights that he played was senior night for him for sure. He's out.
I mean, he could have been a senior.
Yeah, but you can be senior night, still have an eligible year to play.
He's not staying. He's not staying. Well, he should.
Wizards going to draft. Wizards going to wait till Paige Beckers come out and draft her.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely look like Zebo. Let's go ahead and
he be hooping.
We got beat by Zach Randolph.
DJ Burns be hooping.
Oh, in the Elite 8. That is crazy. Final 4 start this weekend.
Tomorrow.
The
women's
are on and popping. Let's look at. We're gonna present. Ooh, let's share the screen. Ooh,
the women's is tomorrow.
The women.
Or no, hold on.
Go ahead, Fiambe. Get your Millie Rock on. You became all technology now.
Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Can y'all see it?
Yeet.
Yeah. So, women's tomorrow.
Yes, we can see it.
We got North Carolina State and South Carolina at 7. We got UConn and Iowa at 9:30. They knew to put the best ones on first tomorrow night. This is going to be, first of all, shout out to Angel Reese who declared for the WNBA draft. But she's out.
Oh, she did declare?
Yeah, she did. She declared yesterday.
Okay.
Vogue
she declared
yesterday or today. Yeah, Vogue magazine. Shout out to Angel Reese. And shout out to Juju. Put up a hell of a fight against UConn, but that girl Paige and them Huskies was just too much for USC. And Iowa was just too much for LSU and Angel Reese. So I will say this, and I've kind of been on this train for a minute. I don't see anybody beating South Carolina. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I think they win the championship this year. Like I said, Dawn Staley just got them so locked in. But again, it's going to get tight. Personally, right now, at this point, I would love to see. I love Kaylin. Shout out to NC State for making it this far. Their boys and their girls team made it to the Final Four. So shout out to that program in general. But I need to see South Carolina and UConn. I need to see the best of the best of the best, sir. I think UConn will smoke Iowa tomorrow. I think UConn will smoke Iowa tomorrow. And, yeah.
They could.
Yeah. I think people, again, I think UConn.
I would say UConn is very good. They're very good defensively.
Yeah, I think, and they are not going to wait until the last 6 minutes of a game to make a defensive change on Caitlin Clark. That ain't that.
Gino gonna have it right.
No, Gino not having that
for sure.
Gino gonna have that right from the tip off.
I don't know what
he gonna have that right from the tip off.
And shout out to y'all bullied that girl into the transfer portal. That's crazy. Let's give some flowers to Haley.
She had to get up out of there.
Oh, she back going? She out of there?
She probably yeah, she did. She got up out of there. She probably go to USC. I won't be surprised she go to USC with Juju.
I hope she does well. I hope she does well.
She ain't built for those moments. Stay away from Juju.
You got to do it. You don't want no bad
Juju could use a player
Juju.
like her though.
She ain't built
would
for
be a
the
better.
moment,
She would be an upgrade.
But what you mean? What kind of player is she?
She's an upgrade from what they got at point guard.
Best defensive player, and that's something that maybe Hollywood or somebody can, which they.
We saw what she looked like when she was facing Caitlyn. I don't know if she did best
Well,
defensive
come
player.
on, that's just like facing Steph. You can be a great defender, but when you face Steph,
Flo did a better job against Caitlyn than Haley did.
Did do a better job.
Caitlyn was like what they said. Caitlyn was like Larry Bird. She felt disrespected when they had a white player out there guarding.
That's what they've been saying.
Put somebody black on me.
That's crazy. They've been saying that. I like South Carolina.
HVL was too short. Yeah, I'm with you, Fiambe. I look. Here's the thing. I think UConn. Gino is a Hall of Fame coach. Like, people don't remind you that he won the national title 4 years straight. From 2012 to 2016, they were the national champions. Like, his resume is beyond this world. He's a cheat code to have as a head coach. I do think UConn is great defensively. I watched a lot when we was watching that UConn and USC game. I'm like, damn, UConn is really good defensively. They played a lot of defense, and I'm with Lou said. I think Gino will from the rip. He's going to take Caitlyn out He's going to try to take Caitlyn out the game immediately from the beginning of the game. Going to be doubling her off screens, trapping her, getting the ball out her hands. He's going to try to take Caitlyn out the game from the rip. I'm with you. I think Caitlyn has a great game, but I just think UConn has the better overall team. So I'm with you. I think it's going to be SC and UConn in the chip. And if any team can beat South Carolina, I think UConn would have the chance. They would have the chance to beat them.
UConn want their get back.
Yeah.
You on mute.
People feel like people forgot about them.
Oh, I can't.
Y'all don't think North Carolina State got a chance against South Carolina?
No.
They
might get
smoked. I mean, I don't know, but
that'd be a hell of an upset.
I think South Carolina gonna win that.
That'd be a hell of an upset. I think South Carolina wins by 10 or more. South Carolina ain't playing. They ain't played with nobody they didn't came across.
Yeah, because they like on a 34 game winning streak or something, right?
Something crazy. It's some crazy way. Yeah, they've been cooking.
Cooking.
I think UConn one day get back, man, because that's who they lost to in the championship was South Carolina. So I think they want they get back. I don't know, man. I want Paige to win. People forgot about her, man. She been on the hiatus because she got those injuries.
They said she Caitlyn 1.0.
I think so. I mean, I've said it before. Coming in college, Paige was the next one. Like, she was the one coming into college, and then she get that first year she got the Naismith Player of the Year, whatever, the Naismith Award, College Player of the Year, whatever. And then she got hurt the following year, and then she got hurt again the year after that. And then, I mean, Caitlyn took advantage. I mean, Caitlyn was cold her first 2 years too. Like, don't get it twisted. She was cold her first 2 years too. But when Paige got hurt, that's when you saw Caitlyn get that national media hype. Yeah, that's when you saw her emerge because nobody was really checking for her at that point. But yeah, Paige tried. I think she reminded people a lot that last game against USC. She reminded people like, yeah, I'm one of them ones too. Like, I'm like that.
We got the men's rolling on Saturday.
Definitely reminded people.
For sure.
Obviously not as exciting.
I think the men's side is a toss-up.
That we are for the women. I'm rolling with Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Over UConn?
I'm rolling with Alabama.
What was that?
Since I can't root for them in the regular football because I'm a fight on fan.
Bro, they're not beating UConn.
They're not beating UConn. UConn men's is like that too. UConn men's is like that.
North Carolina State and Purdue play Saturday at 6:09. Alabama and UConn play at 8:49 Saturday. Who y'all liking these games? NC State is such not a Cinderella story, but they weren't supposed to be here, man. Duke really.
I think they could upset Purdue for sure.
I want North Carolina to win for sure.
I would hate to see North Carolina State win a championship because that would disgust me.
No, not at all. I want them to beat Purdue because then that just upset a bunch of Colts fans.
Why you be mad at Colts fans like that?
I don't know.
Maybe pissing Lou off. Lou be coming to us all the time, bruh. Let me tell you about these Colts fans today.
And it's not all of them. It's not all of them. You know, a lot of them are cool, but you know, it's some of them. But some of them are Purdue. You know, because Purdue's up there, so you know, some of them Purdue fans, some of them Indiana fans or whatever. So yeah, you know, who just want NC State to beat them? Want to see people upset? I like that.
I'm rolling with the underdogs. I'm rolling NC State and Alabama and
damn, that's crazy.
I'm rolling with the underdogs. Who y'all got?
Is that what you're rolling with the women too? No, you're not.
I like UConn and NC State.
I'm rolling with the underdogs over there. Nizzy.
You got NC State in there too? Heavy?
Yeah, I think NC State can knock off Purdue. The DJ Burns and the kid Horn, he be hooping. He be hooping too. They just it's just hard to explain, but NC State they playing like they belong here. Like it's not a shocker.
Yeah.
So who y'all got winning who y'all got in the national title game?
UConn and NC State. I got UConn winning. Again.
I said UConn and NC State.
Okay.
And I got UConn winning it all too. They can win back to back again. Yeah.
We shall see. We will have a lot to talk about when we come back.
Because my Tar Heels didn't do it.
Yeah, right. Duke couldn't do it.
Because my Tar Heels didn't do it.
The Blue Tar Devils couldn't get it done.
All right. We appreciate y'all for tapping in the Sports After Dark After Hours, man. We have reached our time, people. We appreciate y'all for tuning in on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe to the YouTube page. Make sure you're following the Twitter page, the Instagram page, the TikTok page. Make sure that you have access to our link tree where you can go and cop some merch where all kind of different things that we got going on. You'll have the link to that. We got some really dope stuff coming down the line. So we appreciate y'all for being around, supporting, tapping in, resharing, reposting, liking, filling up the comments, keeping us entertained. No, seriously, like we love our Sports After Dark, After Our family to death. And we promise we got a space coming our way. We missing from the space streets, and we got to run a space, man. But you know, we want y'all to see it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we can do the video thing in the spaces.
I'm not getting on no damn video in the spaces.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
I'm not getting on no video.
No. We doing old school. Nope. We doing old school.
Not on duty. Y'all, they see us here. You want to do the video? You see us here.
Exactly.
We appreciate y'all again for tapping in. Y'all got anything before we roll?
No, we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all always supporting us, showing us love, and go Dodgers.
Oh, Lord.
Random is that? Go Dodgers.
Oh, and Lakers. Go Lakers.
Who?
And go Dodgers.
Who the hell? All right, y'all.
Go LA, baby.
Same time, same place. Monday, we live in color at 9:15 p.m. Monday night. Y'all know the vibes. In the meantime, in between time, we will see y'all on the timeline. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. And remember, life is about choices. Are you going to jail for 5 years, or would you want to be in a coma for 10? Good night.
To be honest, I'm Giannis inside of game 6. Dropping 50 and dunking over your main. Earnhardt Jr. when I'm deciding the lane switch. Tell them people that I'm on top of the game. Manifested my future by spewing all of my pain. Carry my own umbrella, surviving treacherous rain. Landed on higher learner, matriculating the bigger earners. Switch left the dark helps you to find your purpose. And find what work is, and find the surface. When deeper in it, I'm heavy with ashes, burning curses. Built up our name so forever we reign, it's us we working. Ain't tripping off your affiliation, we welcome verses. In lieu of